Ladies and gentlemen, let's move on to discuss the potential of personalized nutrition with consumer and market insights. Get ready to hear from Signe Causse, Global Innovation Marketing Leader, Reimagine Wellness at IFF. Welcome. The floor is yours.
Great, thank you very much. Thank you for the introduction. I hope you enjoyed your lunch. So I'm excited to be able to talk to you today about unfolding the potential of personalized nutrition via consumer and market insights. So some of them being proprietary from IFF and some collected from various sources available. So I think we can all agree that the PN market, as I will refer to, is yet to be really fully cracked and leveraged on from a wider consumer perspective. And I'll be here looking into what stands in the way of that and what can be done further to really unfold that potential and how can IFF help. So just before diving into the topic, I'd just like to explain a little bit about who we are. IFF is a global leader in value-adding flavors and ingredients going into products within the food and beverage, fragrance, cosmetic and personal care industries, health and nutrition, and the pharma industry. Our purpose is to apply science and creativity to create meaningful products for a better world, and our vision is really to be the partner of choice for essential solutions by combining innovation, agility, and leading-edge insights to meet customer needs. So at a conference on personalized nutrition in 2019, I came across this quote. So basically talking about the impact of personalization, that it is causing a seismic shift across the landscape of consumer-facing products, and we're only starting to feel the shocks. And that was just 4 years ago. And I think now, 4 years after, we can certainly confirm that we see personalization growing very fast, especially in digital services, but really within personalized nutrition, as I mentioned, it has still not fully scaled to mass consumers. And there's no one company that has really cracked the winning business model yet. So it's really still something for the few and privileged. But at the same time, of course, there's no doubt that the potential is there. And I just want to highlight a couple of factors that indicate that potential. I think we're all very familiar with them. Of course, we have lifestyle-related diseases, so NCDs, where we see here a frightening stat with the WHO saying NCDs kill basically 41 million people each year, equivalent to 74% of all deaths globally. And that's just enormous and relates only to lifestyle and nutrition. And of course, something that personalized nutrition can really support with. And as our health is getting worse, as an example here, 62% of US consumers in a survey by Ipsos expressed increased concern about their health after the pandemic. So we really see an even further increased concern about our health, about our stress levels, wanting to exercise better and have better eating habits. And this is growing in a resulting in a fast-growing health and wellness market, expected to surge up to $1 trillion by 2026, and in PN alone to $64 billion by 2040. And digitalization, of course, as we also hear in many of our presentations today, is really speeding up. So just as an example here, 500 million wearables were sold globally throughout 2020. And many of these consumers are particularly among Gen Zs and millennials. And consumers don't just want personalization, they demand it. In a McKinsey survey of US citizens, 71% of consumers expected companies to deliver personalized interactions, and 76% would get frustrated if this doesn't happen. And this is also why we, further to the right, see that companies driving higher levels of revenue when adopting personalization strategies are more successful than companies that do not. So I think there's no doubt the potential is there, but why do we still see players not succeeding fully? We still see barriers, both to enter and to stay in the market, and we still see barriers as well for consumers. So some of the barriers I've chosen to highlight today, and they're not exhaustive. I'm aware we also have elements like regulatory and governmental inventory sort of intervention policies, but these are just the 4 that I chose to highlight. So the complex and fragmented market, the issue of scaling that we also heard a discussion about earlier today, consumer experience and affordability or accessibility. So really the democratization of personalized nutrition. Just circling back to the first point, here we really see, let's say, a vast, complex market with many different players of all sizes at different places in the value chain, covering several fields of expertise, from AI to app design to digital consumer engagement and scientific health analysis, all the way, of course, to retail and food service. So, as a new player, it's really difficult to know how to enter the space, with whom to partner, or should I embark on this journey alone? And really also for those who are in this game, how do I stand out from all those solutions that are out there already today? So it does provide a lot of opportunity for different fields of expertise, but also a lot of complexity. Scaling, as I mentioned, it's challenging and very costly, and it's in connection with personalized nutrition, it's almost a contradiction in terms. There are, of course, several attempts today to circumvent. We also just heard an example in the earlier presentation around robots, but just a couple of examples here. Of course, we see beverage dispensers with cartons of powdered vitamin blends that are dosed into water based on recommendations from your app. Or you could order capsules and sachets online based on a specific need state, and then mix into your own personal beverage. Both, they do provide a certain degree of personalization, but of course it requires for consumers to buy a device. And 3D printing is absolutely another growing approach to scale in PN. It does, however, still require very specific expertise and intellectual property to deploy at scale. And finally, what may be turning out to be the most effective way of scaling in PN is to make the personalization experience happen in the digital journey, providing personalized behavioral coaching based on biomarkers from a wearable and questionnaire input, combined with a standard physical product based on a specific need state or a consumer target group, which can then be customized via frequency of consumption. And the benefits are several. So first of all, you avoid the batch of one, which is not viable economically. Second, the consumer experience is expanded beyond the physical product to also provide data-driven lifestyle recommendations, which thirdly provides a more sustainable, healthy behavior, increasing the likelihood of reaching your health goals. Real-time consumer data is fed back to the brand owner for product optimization and deep consumer insight. And finally, customer intimacy and brand loyalty is high by using this digital platform embedded with physical products, which is then in turn increasing brand value. And to support this approach, it was stated in a Salesforce research report that 88% of customers say the experience a company provides is just as important as its products and services. The consumer experience, as I mentioned, is another barrier to success. In many cases, we see consumers not engaging successfully with the PN app, or engaging but dropping off, or they just don't see the value. And as per a proprietary study with the deep tech company Hello Tomorrow that IFF did, we, for example, see here consumers expressing that home DNA tests and microbiome tests are increasingly considered invasive. We all know that. Even in spite of the higher acceptance of home COVID tests, this is still remaining a barrier. Other factors disengaging consumers include the view on data, with consumers finding the onboarding questionnaires too long, or basically not remembering to log on or log in their meal intake, as well as consumer concerns around privacy protection of data. And perhaps the biggest barrier of all, cost or affordability of PN solutions today. So the solutions we see out there on the market really range from $20 to up to $200 to $300 per month. $20 may not seem like a lot, but if consumers don't see the value or if they don't feel they get anything out of it, it is a lot of money. So in fact, from a consumer survey here, it states that almost 40% of 2,000 consumers surveyed said that they had chosen not to subscribe to PN because they just didn't see it being worth the price. So how do we overcome these barriers, and how can IFF help? One of the things that we saw from our study is the degree of perceived benefits and achievements of the goal sets. It's not rocket science, but basically if you can demonstrate tangible results, customers will be more willing to pay the price of personalization. And you see on the right side some of those quotes that came out of the research that really they saw a difference between before and after. They could really see some results, and 62% of respondents continue to purchase PN products because of the benefits they perceive. Also, we asked what it would take for consumers to go back to PN once having dropped off. And the statement was basically that getting a very personal experience would be the factor that would make them come back. So really something, the element of making them feel special. So live coaching, real-time consumer loop back of how they're doing, how they're progressing would be of value. So just to sum up on some of those elements that we concluded from our research around what it would really take to unlock the potential of personalized nutrition, I've divided into consumer experience and business tactics. So first of all, make the platform more affordable. Democratize personalized nutrition more to consumers, and perhaps even for free if you embed a physical product in the app, and thereby you can capture your revenue stream. Create simple, frictionless user interface. Establish 100% trust of compliant handling of personal data. Data capturing should be non-invasive and seamless with the help of wearables, of course. Ensure tangible benefits and services with a human touch. So that type of live coaching that we talked about. Engage and incentivize the user by providing a continuous real-time consumer feedback loop to show them that they're making progress. And finally, ensure the retention by adapting to new evolving needs. So once the consumer might have lost the weight that they set out to lose, what are their new needs? And how can the platform make sure that they capture those and set new goals? On the business tactics side, demonstrate credibility with scientifically backed consumer products and advanced AI health analytics for behavioral recommendations. Target consumer groups with specific and pertinent needs where they really have symptoms that are an issue for them. For example, menopausal symptoms. That's something where consumers can really see a difference by using a personalized nutrition app, or sleep issues, stress, weight goals, or fitness goals. Avoid scaling issues by providing personalized digital services supported by standard SKUs based on need states. And basically, to facilitate the entry into PN, it's generally recommended to embark on PN via an ecosystem of partners. And on that, end of last year, IFF created IFF Digital Health based on our partnership with AI health company Salus Optima, which has a proven track record in personalized nutrition apps. And IFF Digital Health is basically a ready-to-brand personalized nutrition platform with behavioral coaching and lifestyle techniques in an app, embedding branded functional products with health efficacious ingredients from IFF. So we really provide the full end-to-end support to brand owners, where you will, within a few weeks, get the first pool of real-time consumer data for product optimization and even R&D insights, and of course, deep consumer intimacy. So to conclude, we basically at IFF have all the building blocks you need to enter and succeed in PN, including a broad portfolio of ingredients, tapping into all key health areas and life stages, supported by science, regulatory expertise, consumer insights, and of course that digital service layer as well. So join us in our new PN ecosystem and feel free to reach out to me the next couple of days, or you can find me here on LinkedIn. Thank you very much.